And I'm back. As always, this is Jane, and I know it's been a while since I made a video. Been kind of busy with some personal stuff. Last week or so, I've been getting back into the Let's Play world, and been kind of busy polishing up some buildings, adding on to some stuff, and I'll show you that a little bit later. But right now, I'm actually working on that's the old experience grinder where the skeleton spawner is down below there, and then on the other side I'm just gonna have I'm making a mob trap just for the drops, um, mainly for gunpowder. I don't really need bone meal or anything like that because of the grinder we have there, and zombies are next to useless once you have a potato and a carrot. And that's pretty much it. So we'll get right into this. I'm using JL 2579's optimized design. I like it quite a bit. Makes a lot of sense. So we'll just get into it. Try and explain kind of what's going on as I do it. The other thing that I really like about this one is there really is just the materials required is so minimal. You have half slabs so bats don't hang upside down and clog up the grinder itself. And then you have the pistons, regular pistons, which means that you don't have to farm sticky pistons, which is nice, and a block above that just to prevent mob spawning. And then it's a hook, whatever you want to call it, and then another hook here, and that's what would trigger it. It's not tall enough for Enderman to spawn. So then we can come back here and let me see here. I believe it would be, yeah, an upside down half slab there. And just do this for right now. And then it's just a row of redstone. And that's it. Like I said, I really like the simplicity of the design. It's really very simple. Works out really nicely. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get the rest of these. I have 2 floors ready to go. And I'll get the rest of these built and then we'll be right back. Okay guys, I got 2 layers done. Used a little bit over 2 stacks of regular pistons. I did change the design a little bit. I went with half slabs above the pistons instead of full blocks, just to save on resources a little bit. As you can see, it's actually really kind of simple design. I really like it a lot. I really like stuff that's really simple and clean like that. And there is a lot of airspace. And if I wanted to, I probably could have like moved this row over. While these 2 rows could move them over one, and I probably could have done the same thing here, move that over one, and I probably could have fit another row here in the middle. I may play with it later and try that. I may not. I haven't really decided. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, we'd have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we would have just enough to put another row here, but then there would be no air blocks behind the pistons, which would affect the efficiency of the farm if I understood JL's video correctly, that these air blocks actually serve the purpose of spawnable space or searchable space. It searches an air. The first thing it does when it's searching to trying to spawn a mob is check if it's an air block, and if it's an air block, then it searches around the air block to spawn a mob at. So I think I'll leave it like this. I'm gonna put several more layers higher up. I'm just gonna continue this design. Pretty much, I think probably up to I think it's 128 or whatever the ceiling level is before it starts spawning mobs higher up. And again, like I said, this is the existing skeleton farm. I'll probably work on polishing this up a bit. Water noise is a little bit annoying. And I think in this side I'm gonna put just like a library. I'm gonna have maybe glass panes on the outside here on these 3 sides, and then just fill this up with like rows of bookcases, like a library type of thing. I haven't really done much with this, just working on the style a little bit, and as I get it, increasing the iron for the pyramid. And I added a second row to this. I'm going to have one side go up, one side come down. And again, that's for like the Myriad space station that I'm going to build. And that's actually where we're going to have, I'm going to have a village with like villagers and stuff in it. And it's going to be in a glassed-in dome. Also, like I said, you can see that I polished up the iron farm a little bit. I haven't really done anything on the inside, and I still need to add a second spawning cell. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. And then if you remember, this was the wheat farm. This has undergone some drastic changes. I have changed to the snapshot. So we have our wheat farm here. It's the same as it was, but then instead of having the cocoa bean farm similar to this, which I felt was kind of useless because you can't really use it the same way, I built this cocoa bean farm. So you can just sit here and hold the right click button and it'll harvest cocoa beans for you pretty rapidly. But then there's 2 more floors on here that I've added, and there's potato farm here and a carrot farm here. I don't know where that water sound is coming from. Oh, it must be from the villagers. Yeah. So yeah, the carrots and the potatoes both work really nice with Exuma's farm, and I've been able to really get easily a really steady supply of potatoes and carrots. I could make soup. They should add that. They should add a vegetable soup. Could be potatoes and carrots. Maybe some beef stew. Mojang, make beef stew. Been adding item frames a lot everywhere, and I really love the item frames. Absolutely love them. Changed the brewing stands a little bit, so instead of having healing 1 here and then healing 2 over there, and then like just some empty things for splash, I have healing 1, healing 2, and then splash, and it's preloaded with ingredients, so you can just move them along. And then there's of course the chests are all underneath. Same thing with all the rest of them. Strength. And then there would be gunpowder in there. So yeah, I've changed that up a little bit. underneath here I put ice just so that you can move around a little bit quicker. Haven't done anything with the sugarcane farm because I haven't really had any need for it. Once I get more into brewing, that's going to be kind of important because of a lot of the potions require fermented spider eyes. You see, that's where I ran out of ice, like right there. Been working really hard on clearing up the old buildings. I've got it almost all cleaned up here. The only problem being is that now I don't have a tree farm, so I don't have a lot. I'm running really low on wood, so I'm probably going to make this just like a random tree planting, temporary random tree planting area for a little while. I extended the walkway all the way down here, and again these lights are all on a light sensor, so when it becomes daytime they shut off and at night they turn on. And I've changed around the storage area a little bit. I've lowered it one level and added an additional chest for each, and then I removed the signs and use the item frames. Like I said, I really like them. I like the way that the storage area looks now. Really happy with it. And I still have a lot of digging out to do and extending. It's going to be, let's see, three each one of these rows is going to be 3 long, so I have another whole nother cell to dig out that way, and then there's pathways on either side. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last week or so. I'll probably just continue what I was doing. I gotta clean this up. I haven't really been looking forward to it just because of all the glass in the water. I've been playing around with the not the item frames, the anvils quite a bit, and managed to get working on getting some decent, well, not even decent, some really nice tools. Some really nice tools. I really love the anvils because you can upgrade an item to exactly what you want it to be. You can give it a custom name, and then you can keep it repaired with just regular tools. So if you get, like I have I have one pick that is a Fortune 3 efficiency 5 on breaking, I think 3, and that's pretty much like for fortune picks. That's really good, and I'm really happy with it. And then I'll be able to keep that just by repairing it with normal diamond pickaxes. Don't even need to be enchanted, which is really nice. Although I'm sure, I have a feeling that they're going to nerf that a bit. I've been doing a little bit of mining, just because I've been running through resources. I went down to the swamp over on the west coast and farmed out some slime for sticky pistons, for any projects that I might do in the future. I really like how the anvil looks on top of the cauldron there. Yeah, that's everything that's new. And you may have noticed like the holes and stuff. I'm still keeping with the trying to keep with like the motif of like the ancient advanced, you know, technologically advanced city that's kind of like a million years old and it's crumbling, it's falling apart. I think when I get this building done, I want a huge chunk missing right out of this corner. I just want it to kind of like look like it'll collapse any minute. And like I said, this is going to be a really tall one. Probably end up being taller than this one because I think that this is like another 60 blocks up, and then there will be another one of these, and that's it. But whereas this, I'm going to go up another, probably like another 100 blocks up. So yeah, this is kind of the plan right now. I've been thinking I probably want to get a beacon because I've been going through a lot of stone, smooth stone, stone brick, like using the Silk Touch picks now to when I go mining, so I'm running right through stone instead of cobble. So if I get this beacon, now that I have an efficiency 5, you can get Silk Touch efficiency 5 again, plus a haste 2 beacon on top of this would make the smooth stone farm really fast, and you could just sit here and farm it and fill up these chests real quick, and probably add more chests, maybe 2 more chests, and then who knows, I might add maybe like furnaces or an ender chest or some other stuff. Also want to build an ender. I'm probably going to use this same design, except it would just be one more block in between this cell and this cell. In between the floors there'd be an additional block, so it would be 3 tall instead of 2, obviously. And again, bats can spawn in the end, so I'll have to keep with the half slabs. But I'll use this same design, and then you just use obviously vines and buttons to reset their fall damage, and then make them fall however far you need, so that they're one punch kills. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to take this over to the test world and do this like a bunch of layers up, and then do the same thing with like a 3rd row and see which one's more efficient. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And depending on how long this video is, I might come back and tell you guys. Might come back and finish up maybe another layer or something. We'll see. Okay guys, here we are in my test world, and I just thought I'd give those 2 designs a thorough test. And so we have the existing 2-sided design on the left, and then we have, if we were to move these 2 sides over and put in another middle section, we'd have 3. And basically what I did was I let it run for 5 minutes, collected the drops, put them in the chest, and then did the same thing again, let it run for 5 minutes, collected the drops. And ultimately this is what I ended up with, and this would be the two-sided design, this would be the 3-sided design, and I think that the outcome's pretty interesting. There's a bit more rotten flesh, but a little bit less gunpowder, and then bones and arrows are pretty much even. So, I mean, to me this says that the design itself is pretty equal. But then if you take into account resources, this side is going to have significantly more resources used than this side. I'm still really fascinated by it because, like I said, I mean that's a 1/3 less spawn space. There's you know, this whole row right here is just taken out. So yeah, it's definitely very, very interesting. So I'm gonna keep with this design, and we're just gonna continue to build up, probably to, like I said, I gotta rewatch JL's video. I'll put a link to it in the description. But I think it's 128, and if you build over 128, then it searches that upper layer for spawnable space, which decreases the probability that it's gonna a mob's gonna spawn below it. So probably build this continuously up to 128. That's it for today, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, suggestions, whatever. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next time.